Hey, what's going on? This is Hutch Nast. This video is for the SHIB Army and other crypto holders. I wanted to talk a little bit about the price action before we get into it. SHIB is actually down today, 7.79%, which is to the 4029 range. Now, unfortunately, that's falling in line. Fortunately and unfortunately, that's falling in line with the market. It's a bummer that the market's down, but it's definitely a good thing that Shiba Inu isn't just down all by itself, because that would mean that there's actually an issue with the project itself. So what we got going on is Bitcoin's down 6%, Ethereum's down 7%. So what's going on? It's a good thing Shiba Inu is actually tracking the market versus there being an issue with the project itself. Now, I kind of searched around the internet to try to find the exact reason that the whole market's down. And really, the only conclusion that I could come to is this has to do with the United States rumors of regulating or putting regulations on cryptocurrency, like the space as a whole. Now, what would that even look like? I mean, I'd imagine that it would be a lot like the rules of buying and selling securities, such as stocks. So with stocks, there's a wash rule. So, I mean, if the United States tomorrow was like, we're going to regulate all of this, I would imagine that the absolute first thing that they do is implement the wash rule for cryptocurrencies. And the wash rule states that if an investment is sold as a loss, then repurchased within 30 days, the initial loss cannot be claimed for tax purposes. So, what's that mean? If you buy, say, Apple stock, and it goes down 10%, and then you sell Apple stock for a 10% loss, but then you don't wait 30 days, you immediately buy it right back, then for tax purposes, it's not considered a, quote, loss. So, in order to avoid people selling their positions for a quote loss and then immediately getting right back into the position, the United States has implemented the wash rule for securities. Now, in crypto, I mean, I think that it's pretty easy to draw the line to that. So say even a red day like today, say I own one Bitcoin. Now, say I own $100,000 in Shiba Inu. I don't. I wish I had that much money in Shiba Inu, but I don't. And I sold it for the 7.79% loss today, and then immediately, immediately bought it back. What I could do is actually write off the loss of that 7.79%. Oh, you're going to test my math on this one. What's that? 7,000. Yeah, I said 100,000. Yeah, so it would be $7,790 loss. And that would be an amount of money that I don't have to pay taxes on. However, you wouldn't be able to do that if they implemented the wash rule for crypto as well as just securities. Now, I'd imagine that that would be like the first route that the United States government would take as far as making regulatory actions, rather than reclassing cryptocurrency as securities, which I think would actually be a lot more convoluted. So, but since they're not considered securities, like how would the U.S. even go about regulating or implementing any of it? And I would just imagine that they would just kind of go to the large exchanges and tell them, like, look, you just have to do it this way. And I mean, whatever they said to Binance, I don't know if you guys were around for the last bull run, but whatever they said to Binance worked. Because, dog, I had to pretend to be in, like, a completely different country in order to use Binance before Binance US or us.binance.com. Like, they weren't even playing. Like, oh, the United States said to do this or that, we're just going to do it. I would be interested to see how they really twisted Binance's arm. So, it could, though I think that it's going to be hard to, well, impossible to regulate it as a whole. I mean, there's lots of United States laws that aren't used in other countries at all, and they don't. So, I mean, for example, copyright laws in China. China doesn't adhere to any of the United States' copyright laws. That's why there's Chinese knockoff. That's a lot of the reason why. Manufacturing's cheaper, that's another reason, but not having to adhere to copyright and trademark laws is a huge reason why that's a thing. At any rate, we really went off on a tangent there. I would like to know what you think, though. This isn't the All About Me show. It should be a community thing. It's the whole idea. I don't know everything. Tell me what you know in the comments, what you think might happen with Shiba Inu and regulation in the U.S. Does it even matter? The United States is a big market. We've been a consumer market since, well, as long as I've been alive. I was going to say the beginning, but I guess global capitalism wasn't really quite this scale forever. So I would be interested to see what you know in the comments below. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That would help the channel a lot. This has been Hutch Nast and SHIB Army. Hold the line. I know that it's rough seeing red. Hold the line. We're going to come through the other end. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.